Enactus UK, and I've kind of been coordinating the Employability Fair to make sure we get some incredible speakers like we have today with EY, to make sure that they're available and you can come and chat to them. So you'll be no stranger to me asking you, if you aren't already following us on social media, please do. It's the best way to find out about all of our exclusive opportunities, the EY fast track application, lots of insights into what's happening at Enactus. So please do follow us. Kind of take the time to join us on whatever social media platform you use the most. We'll probably have a presence on there. Hopefully by now you will have seen this slide before and it won't be too new, but if not, we would absolutely love you to be part of our Enactus network, and you can do this by going to enactusuk.org/join. This is the only way to be recognised as an official Enactus student, and the only way to get the fast track with EY and with some of our other partners. But also it's the only way that you can get tailored support from our 230 business coaches from across our network, with some of the top leading graduate employers in the UK. So please do register at enactusuk.org/join. So before I pass over to Hannah, I'm just going to try my very, very hardest to explain what Enactus is. It doesn't really say what it does on the tin like some other societies, but what we are, we're the UK's leading combined youth social action and youth social enterprise charity, which develops thousands of young entrepreneurial spirits every year. And what that means in practice is that we aim to be the bridge between the world of work and the world of higher education. So really working to teach you and equip you with skills that your degree might not necessarily prepare you with, but you'll definitely need when you enter that world of work. And how we do that is working with student teams in our 66 universities up and down the country to develop student-led projects which benefit your local communities. And these projects will then become their own social enterprises and will address one or more of the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. So an incredible thing that you get to be involved with whilst you're at university. And also you'll get support from those coaches that I mentioned. And that's what makes Enactus a little bit different from other societies. Now we work with EY, but we also work with 17 partner organisations. And by being part of Enactus, you get access to this incredible networking opportunity, really, because you get to chat to kind of industry experts and leading professionals. So a really great thing to be involved with at university. We usually say Enactus students join us for one of three reasons, and that is to develop projects and make a difference to their local communities, to make new friends with like-minded people, but also to develop your employability skills and really work on your CV, because putting Enactus on your CV is great. We're 50 times more likely as an Enactus student to be hired by one of our partner organisations than an average graduate. So brilliant thing to be involved with. But even if you join Enactus for one of those reasons, we assure you that you'll leave having gained all three. So please do consider joining our network today. And just a reminder, that is the slide that you can see on the screen there to join us. So please do head to enactusuk.org/join. And once you've done that, we'll be able to connect you with your Enactus team. Okay, I know you're not here to listen to me, so I will pass over to Hannah now and stop screen sharing, but please do join us at the Enactus website.
Thanks, Caroline. I will just share my screen, everyone. So just bear with me 2 seconds while I do this. I'm not the greatest with tech. If someone can just shout when, Caroline, if you can just shout when that pops through.
I can see that now.
Amazing. So yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Enactus UK Employability Week. This session is all going to be about EY. We're going to start off with an overview of EY, what we do as a firm. I'm going to chat a little bit about our service lines. I will also chat a little bit about our culture. and diversity here at EY. And then what I'll do is I'll go and chat through some of the programs we offer to university students. We'll chat through the application process and basically how you can really succeed in that application process. We will have an interactive element as well, but I'm going to save that as a little bit of a surprise, and we'll get onto that later on in the session. Hopefully, we will have time for some questions at the end. What I will advise you guys to do is just pop your questions into the chat, and if we do have time, we will get to them. Unfortunately, we probably won't get to all your questions. I can see there's loads of you on here, which is really fantastic to see. But you can head over into our website if we don't answer your question. And we have a frequently asked questions page, and you are able to pop along there and see if you can find the answer to our question. If not, you can get in touch with us. So just moving on to the next slide. So a little bit of a welcome from me. So my name is Hannah Jones, and I'm part of the student recruitment team here at EY. So I've been in the team since June. I actually completed my industrial placement programme at university with EY during my third year. So I did that in 2019 to 2020, so in the height of coronavirus. So it's been really good for me to experience EY before coronavirus, during, and now as we're kind of coming out of the coronavirus pandemic. So I've kind of seen EY do 360 through the whole pandemic. Yeah, I have a really big focus on attraction events here at EY. I do a lot of work with partnerships. I do a lot of work with universities. Um, I have a really big focus on women partnerships here at EY. That's one of my passions. So I do look after a lot of women partnerships. So just a little bit about today's webinar. So first of all, we will do a little introduction to EY. So who we are and what we do, our service lines, our culture, diversity and inclusion. And then we'll also chat through opportunities. So that's why we'll chat through our undergraduate programs. And then we'll chat through the application process and how to best prepare for the application process. And then, like I said, if we have time, we'll do some questions at the end. So I'll start with a little bit of an overview of EY to just let you guys know what we do, who we are, just in case you're not too sure what we actually do. So we're a global organisation. We have over 300,000 employees in 700 offices across 150 countries. So as you can see, that is a massive number. And what is really great is that that number is actually growing. So we are purpose-driven builders of a better working world, creators of long-term value for clients, our people and society, and we're redefining the traditional career experience and developing transformative leaders. And transformative leaders are definitely the kind of leaders that our world needs today. So EY is split across 3 regions. That is Americas, EMENA, and Asia Pacific. And we here, the UK firm, are a part of the EMENA region. So diving down a little bit deeper into those statistics. So last year, in the UK firms, we had 3,000 new joiners, and actually 1,000 of those new joiners were students. So you can see how much emphasis we put on students here at EY and how important students are to us at EY. Our business wouldn't be able to function without students, and students coming in on undergraduate programs, on those graduate programs, and even on like those school leaver programs, so apprentices and things like that. We have 21 UK offices. You can see a little map at the side of the screen here. They are dotted all around the country. So I hope you are looking at that now and potentially thinking of an office you would like to apply for. All these offices do range in size as well. So, for example, our London offices have over 6,000 employees in them. However, our Inverness offices have under 100 employees in them. However, all our offices work really closely together. For example, I work really closely with a lot of employees in the Glasgow team. We connect every single day. We're always on the phone on Teams. We're always chatting through Teams. So even though we aren't near each other in the country, we're always connecting. And I think that's the really good thing about EY. You're always connecting with people from all over the country and also all over the world. And also, dependent on what office you work in, they have different specialisms regarding which clients they work with. So, for example, our Aberdeen offices have a real big focus on oil and gas clients. However, whatever office you work in, you'll work across a range of clients. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to chat through each of our service lines. So we offer 5 different service lines: assurance, tax, strategy and transactions, consulting and actuarial. What I'll do is I'll just chat through a little bit about these service lines next. I'm not an expert on all of these service lines. I'm going to hold my hands up and say I'm not an expert on them. So what I would advise you all to do is, if a particular service line tickles your fancy, definitely head over to our website to read up a lot more about the service line and the kind of things you will get involved in on a day-to-day basis if you were to join that service line. So I'll start with assurance. Assurance is actually our biggest service line at EY. And assurance is all about serving the public interest by promoting trust and confidence in business and capital markets. So audit might be what comes to mind when you think of assurance, which is right, because audit makes up a massive part of assurance. So it's all about going to businesses, doing audits, checking their financial statements are correct, everything like that. However, it is also working with businesses, helping them through lots of different things, and building relationships with them and clients. So that's a little bit about assurance. So next we have tax, and tax is our second biggest service line here at EY. And it's all about supporting business decisions through insights on government policy, regulatory obligations, and operations. So tax have a massive impact here at EY. You'll be getting involved in lots of different things. Don't worry, it isn't just spreadsheet work. You will get the opportunity to go to client sites and work with clients. However, out of all the service lines, this is probably the one which has the least client work, but you will 100% get to go to client sites on if you want to work in tax. So next we have strategy and transactions, and that is all about enabling clients to reimagine their ecosystems, reshape their potential portfolios, and reinvent themselves for a better future. So in strategy and transactions, we have lots of different subservice lines. These subservice lines all work really, really closely together. And yeah, it's all about going into businesses, helping them with potentially mergers and acquisitions, restructuring their business, and things like that. So next we have consulting, and consulting is all about transforming businesses through the power of people, technology, and innovation. Again, there's quite a few sub-service lines that fall under consulting. So that is tech consulting, business consultant, there's people advisory services, and consultants do so much varied work. You may be helping, for example, you may be helping a business, you may be advising them on the HR structure and how to improve it. Or with business consulting, you could be advising on their tax systems, potentially implementing new tax systems, things like that. And finally, we have actuarial. That actually falls under our consulting service line, and involves a lot of work with pensions and non-life and life insurance. Um, this particular service line does require quite a lot of numerical skills. So you do have to be quite number savvy where if you are to apply for actuarial. So yeah, if you're wanting to apply for this service line, if you like numbers, if you're good with numbers, then this is definitely something for you guys. So that was a little bit about the service lines. Like I said, please go over to our website, have a little look more into our service lines, and yeah, read up more about the ones which you find most interesting. So in EY, we work across two different sectors. So we work in UKI and financial services. So I'll start by explaining what financial services is. So the kind of industries that fall under financial services are banking and capital markets, insurance, wealth and asset management. Think of finance, anything financy that comes to mind, that falls under financial services. Anything else falls under UK and I. So that could be public sector, government, things like that. Some examples of UKI industries would be oil and gas, private equity, health sciences and wellness. So you can work in any service line and be part of financial services or UK and I. It kind of just depends on your preference. Just going to take a quick drink. Needed to clear my throat then, all this talking. So now what I'm going to chat to you guys about is just a little bit about how EY really support you as a professional. So EY are really focused on your professional development and ensuring that you get the best out of EY while you are working from them. So of course your day-to-day role is massively important, and that is what is going to take up the majority of your time. However, there are lots of different initiatives and things to get involved in at EY that can really help you develop your skills, make your skills really transferable, and really develop yourself as a young professional. So, for example, we have the EY Tech MBA, and that is in collaboration with Hult International Business School. And we offer an MBA program to all our people, and that is free of charge. So that is something which you can sign up to do, and something which you can complete during your time when you have a little bit more downtime and you're not as busy with work. We also have our EY badges, and that's where our people earn digital badges in future focused skills, helping them differentiate themselves to increase their market values. Again, you can complete EY badges in your downtime. You can, if you're having a really busy month, you may just work on a few hours on your EY badge. If you've got a pretty free month, you might do a couple of days working on your EY badge. You don't have to complete it in a certain time limit, and you can complete bronze, silver, and gold EY badges. So that's definitely something to look into when you join EY. I am looking at potentially completing an EY badge. At the moment, we're in our really busy season, so I probably will look more into that after, I say, Christmas time, when I'm a little bit less busier and have more time to focus on that. So before we get into discussing our undergraduate programs, I'm just going to touch on our culture really quickly. So at EY, our culture, our diverse and inclusive culture is something that we are really, really proud of. We want you to be empowered to use your voice to help others find theirs. We solve the toughest challenges together by valuing our differences and teaming inclusivity to build safety and trust. So when you come to EY, even though we are a massive global firm, you'll come into our office and you'll definitely feel like you belong. There's people from all over the world that work in our EY offices from all different backgrounds, from all different cultures, races, ethnicities, loads of different genders. So it's really, really great to work with such a diverse team. And it's so great to get knowledge from different people's perspectives and everything. We also have at EY 27 different EY networks. So, for example, we have a women's network, which I am a member of. We have our LGBTQ plus network. We have our abilities network. We have our race and ethnicity network. We have our religion network. So there's so many networks out there for you to join when you join EY. So you don't have to, for example, you don't have to be a woman to join the women's network. You can obviously join as a male and be an ally for that network. We also, allies are so important. So definitely encourage you to join any EY network that you are passionate about and that you take an interest in. Okay, so now we're going to get into our programs. So we have school leaver programs, undergraduate programs, and graduate programs. But today we're obviously just going to focus on the undergraduate programs and the graduate programs. So this is kind of just a short snippet of university timeline for you guys. So we have our 2-day Discover EY program. That consists of 2 insight programs. So Women in Business, Black Heritage in Business. And it's perfect for uni students who are on their first year, who are in their first year at university or second year of a 4-year course, and you want to explore options at EY. So it's a 1 to 2 day insight. This year it is going to be virtual, and it will run in your Easter holidays at university. So the insight is a really good way to, like I said, explore options at EY, kind of find out a lot more about EY in more detail. You'll do things like panel sessions, you'll have the chance to ask questions, you'll do workshops, you'll hear from senior leaders in EY. So it's a really great opportunity to discover EY. And what is really great about Discover EY is if you perform well on the Insight Day, you will be fast tracked to our summer internship program. So I'll move on to our summer internship program now. And for the last 2 years, that has been virtual, and that has actually worked excellently virtual. We've had really great feedback from students, and we've tried really hard to replicate the exact same experience that you would have if you were on the 6-week in-person internship. Now, fingers crossed this year, everything going as planned, this will be going back to an in-person program, and it will be 6 weeks long, where you will go into your individual offices and you will work in your individual service line. You'll get stuck in on real client work. You'll be working with a variety of different levels. So you'll be working with senior managers, you'll be working with partners, you'll also be working with fellow graduates, industrial placement students. And it's perfect for university students in their penultimate year of study, completing a 1-year master's degree or taking a gap year. So we also have our 12-month industrial placement. This is quite similar to the 6-week summer internship. However, the massive difference here is obviously it is 12 months. Again, this, I think last year, the industrial placementship was very much working from home. However, this year, industrial placement students are now coming into the office, but we're adopting a hybrid working model. So you will be working at home some days and you will be working in the office some days as well. That changes from team to team. So, for example, in my team, there's no expectation for you to be in the office. But I know in the service line, so the roles that you guys will be applying for, there will be some expectation for you guys to be in the office 1 to 3 days a week. However, we do take each individual's circumstance into account. So, for example, if you are vulnerable or you are living with someone vulnerable, we completely understand if you are not comfortable coming into the office. Same if you are yet to be double vaccinated. So a little bit more about the industrial placement. Again, you'll be working on client sites, you'll be working with a variety of different team members, you'll get really good exposure to lots of different projects because you will be here for 12 months. And in some particular service lines, you will make a start on your professional qualification. And then the good thing about the industrial placement programme is that if you again perform well on it, you will join us on our graduate programme. And the really good thing is that on most of our service lines, you will be joining as a second year graduate. So you will have kind of skipped that first stage and you will have completed some of your exams for your professional qualification. So you'll be in really good stead. And finally, we obviously have our graduate programs, and each graduate program is up to 3 years long. And that's perfect for university students in their final year, or master's students or graduates looking to start their career. So again, very similar to the industrial placement program, you'll be working on client site, you'll be working with a variety of different team members, you'll get your own projects, you'll have lots of responsibilities, and you'll be in the team for 3 months. You'll be in the business for 3 years, sorry. So you'll complete professional qualification at that time as well. When completing your professional qualification, you will get study days as well. You will have blocks of time when you are in college. So don't worry, you won't be working constantly. You do have that break to go to college, and obviously you will have study leave when exams are coming up. So depending on what service line you apply for will be dependent on what professional qualification you take. So it does differ. Not everyone completes the same one. They do differ service line to service line, location to location. So what I'll do now is just chat through the application process and give you some hints and tips for the application process. So Discover EY, that's a 3-step application process. So you'll start with your application form. That's when you create your account. You fill in all your personal details, things like that. And this is where you pick what service line and location you want to apply for. Really big tip to you all, make sure that you really research the service line and location that you are applying for. It's really difficult to change down the line the service line that you have applied for, and most likely if you get an offer and decide you want to change service line, you will have to start the whole process again, unfortunately. So please be certain about the service line you want to apply for. On the application form as well, make sure all your details are correct. Just do the simple things, like proofreading everything. Make sure you're not lying about anything. Make sure you're putting like your right predicted grades in. Make sure you're putting your right A levels in, things like that. So next will be the first stage of online assessments. And the really great thing for you Enactus guys is that you will actually, as being part of Enactus, can be fast tracked through the first half of that online assessment. So make sure you do exactly what Caroline said at the start and sign up for that fast track opportunity. And then you will be fast tracked straight to the numerical reasoning test. So quite a lot of people can get worried about numerical reasoning tests, but try not to panic too much. My advice to you guys would be practice, practice, practice. Later on in the presentation, I will share some websites which you can go to practice. It's important that you complete the numerical assessment in a good amount of time. It isn't time limited, but it is time recorded. So the amount of time it takes you will impact your score. So work quickly, but also work really efficiently as well. Have a calculator, have a pen, make sure you have good internet connection, work in a quiet space, everything like that. If you are to get passed through the numerical reasoning test, you will be moved on to the job simulation. That's where you will answer questions which are work-based scenarios. There'll be a mixture of situational judgment tests, numerical tests, written tests, like little tasks. I wouldn't say tests. Don't want to scare you guys. And there will also be a part where you have to record your answers to some questions. You'll get a practice run through of that first, so don't worry about it. But yeah, again, making sure you have good internet connection. Like I said, I'll share a little bit later on somewhere where you can go in order to access some practice questions. Make sure you're dressed appropriately. Don't be sat there in your pajamas because we do require you to go on camera and complete answer some questions through an automated video interview. Again, make sure you have strong internet connection. Yeah, and just make sure you're well researched up on the service line you are applying for. So that is for Discover EY. And if you get through every stage there, you will be offered a role with us. So next we have our summer internship program, and that is exactly the same first 3 steps of Discover EY: application form, online assessment, and job simulation. Then, as part of the summer internship, you will be required to complete an EY experience day. That EY experience day will involve individual tasks, it'll involve fruit work tasks, and it's a really good way for you guys to actually see if EY is a good fit for you. You'll be being assessed by assessors, and those are people who work in the business. So you will need to make sure you have a webcam for this day. We are unable to let you do the day without a webcam. So before you take part in this day, please make sure you have that sorted out. With the EY experience day, you'll be emailed about it and you'll have 48 hours to book onto the slot. So if you've been told to expect an invite for the EY experience day, please just ensure that you are keeping your eye out for that invite coming through. Don't be scared about the EY experience day. We'll give you loads and loads of information prior to the day about what to expect, how to prepare. It is online at the moment, and it looks like it will be online for the foreseeable, just because we have found it is easier for both you guys and us guys. But don't worry, we will coach you through everything regarding this as well. Again, make sure you're in a quiet environment, no one's going to disturb you, you have strong internet connection. Like I said, you have a webcam, you dressed appropriately, you are going to be on camera, but don't worry, we do understand there is technical issues when using computers. So if you do run into a technical issue on the day, it isn't the end of the world, and we can get you booked on to another assessment centre. And finally, graduate programs, industrial placement programs, exactly the same first steps: application form, online assessment, job simulation, EY experience day. However, for both these programs, you will also have a final interview. That will be with a senior member of the business. And again, it will just be chatting through your motivations for the role, why you've applied for EY, and things like that. for the final interview, you will be obviously invited to ask questions at the end. Just make sure you're not asking questions such as how much am I going to get paid, things like that. How many holidays do I get? Those are all questions for your recruiter or a member of the student recruitment team like us. What I would advise you guys as well is that if for whatever reason you need to have some adjustments in the recruitment process due to a disability you have, please, please, please let us know. We want to do everything we can to support you through the process and make it as fair as possible for everyone. So please make sure that you are letting us know if you need any reasonable adjustments. So just before I get on to recruiting based on strengths and our little interactive element of the session, I can see there are quite a few questions in the chat. So I am just going to scan the chat now and answer a few. So if you bear with me a few seconds while I just read through a couple of them. It's going to make the chat a little bit bigger. So someone's asked how to sign up for the fast tracking, and Caroline has popped the answer in there. So again, guys, if you want to know how to sign up to the fast tracking, pop to the chat, and there's the link in there. I think there's a few questions about that. I think quite a lot of them. So I'm a first year international student. Am I eligible for the Insight Days? What I would advise you to do is head on over to our website. We have a frequently asked question page, and if it's kind of a question about if you're eligible because of visas, that will tell you everything you need to know about visas on there. So that's where I'll put you in the direction to. What I'll do after this session is I'll share some useful links with Caroline and she can send them around to all you guys, and I'll include the frequently asked questions page in there. A question, how many applicants are there per position on average? Answer to that question is I basically can't give an answer. It changes year on year. It's completely different every single year. So yeah, like I said, that changes. Just having a look through any more. So I'm currently in my second year on a BA Accounting and Management course with a placement year at the University of Reading. Is it possible for me to apply for both a summer internship and 12-month placement? So technically, no, you can only, every year, you can only, so every 6 months, you can only apply for one program. So you would only be able to apply for the summer internship or the 12-month industrial placement program because you can only apply for one program at a time. Additionally, I don't think you would want to do both. It's a lot of repeating and everything like that. But no, you wouldn't be able to do both because you can only apply for one program every 6 months. So thanks for those questions, guys. Keep them coming. I have had a quick question here that has come up, which I think is quite an important one. And it's, will any of the recruitment stage be in person? At the moment, no, and it looks like for the foreseeable, we will be keeping it online just because it's easier for you guys. It doesn't mean any traveling, and the same for us guys. It doesn't mean any traveling and stuff. It's much easier. So at the moment, it is to stay online. However, if that is change, we will let everyone know about that. So I'll carry on with the presentation now, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of time to continue questions later. So recruiting based on strengths. So we recruit based on these core strengths here on the screen: accountable, adaptable, agile, analytical, curious, in the know, number savvy, resilient, strong communicator, and team player. Each service line requires more strengths than others. However, if you're hopping over to our website, you'll be able to find that out as well, dependent on the service line you want to apply for. So if you sit looking on the screen now and you think, oh yeah, I do found myself as accountable, I think I am quite number savvy, or I'm curious, I'm analytical, things like that, definitely apply to our roles because you'd be a great fit. So what we're going to do now is just have a little bit of an interactive part of the session. So I just mentioned those strengths on the previous slide. So what we're going to do now is the next screen will be Menti. And what we're going to do is a scenario will come up, I'll read it out, and then you've got to guess what strength it is. So that is a code on the screen there to join the Menti. Also, you can use the QR code. I'll just give you guys a minute or so, and then we will get into it. So the code is 71444686. So I'll give you guys just a little bit of a minute or so to get onto that, and then we'll get started.
Hi Hannah, can I ask one question?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you for a beautiful presentation. It was very, very learningful.
Thank you.
Uh,
I'm
I,
glad you've enjoyed it so far.
yeah, so one thing, like, can students of international students also apply to the internships that EY give?
Yeah, so international students can apply for any of our programs. Like I said, just head over onto our website, check the frequently asked questions, and just check everything regarding visa eligibility, things like that.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Right, so we'll get into it. I can see all your lovely emojis that you've picked there. So we go to the first questions. The faster you answer as well, the more points you'll get. So working on your own project or in a successful team means taking personal responsibility for delivering on your commitments. So what strength is that? Accountable, resilient, team player, or curious? So vote now. The quicker you vote, the more points you will get. So well done. Most of you got that right. That was accountable. Question 2. Having people in our team who are an affinity for current affairs, global trends, and market activity is very important. Is that strong communicator, number savvy, in the know, or analytical? 3, 2, 1. Well done. Again, most of you got that right, in the know. Next question. Question 3. The importance of continuous innovation and creativity are key for the future of work. Adaptable, team player, accountable, curious. I can see the answers flying in. Time's up. Tied here, but curious. I can see why you guys may have thought adaptable as well, but well done to those who got it right. This goes beyond being a strong verbal and written communicator. It's the ability to adapt your communication style based on your audience. Resilient, strong communicator, number savvy, curious. think most of you are going to get this one right. Well done. Most of you got that right. It was definitely strong communicator. Question 5. The constantly changing world of work means employers like us need people who have the ability to flex to new situations. Adaptable, strong communicator, number savvy, in the know. 3, 2, 1. Adaptable. Well done. Everyone got that right. I think that's the first question everyone has got right. So, quick leaderboard stop. We have Mina at the top. And Mina is the fastest. So, well done, Mina. Shortly followed by Tiger Baby and Callum. So hopefully you guys will maybe stay at the top, or someone may overtake you in the final 5 questions. Question 6. Everyone faces challenges in their lives. How we tackle these challenges is important, and having a positive attitude and overcoming obstacles. Number savvy, agile, resilient, team player. 3, 2, 1. Resilient. Well done, guys. Question 7. We look for people who naturally build their own networks, who find common ground with others, and who listen to their friends, mentors, and colleagues. In the know, team player, analytical, accountable. 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Team player. Question 8. The ability to grasp new concepts quickly and apply this learning immediately ensures the best possible outcomes for our people and our clients. Agile, number savvy, strong communicator, resilient. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so agile, well done, guys. Question 9. We see numbers as language, which, when understood, offers great value to clients. Accountable, team player, number savvy, in the know. Three, two, one. Well done, guys. Number savvy. And final question. The ability to be blank means they can not only draw conclusions from information and interpret data, but can also apply it to their work. Strong communicator, in the know, agile, analytical. 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Analytical. So let's see who came out on top. Oh, I think maybe, is there going to be some change? So well done, Tiger Baby. You were the fastest with 900 9,547 points. So really, really well done to you. Well done to everyone else who took part. Tiger Baby, I'm not going to make you come off mute and put your camera on, just in case you don't feel comfortable, but well done to you. Enjoy the glory of winning. And yeah, thanks everyone for taking part. That was just a little bit of fun to energize us, have a break from me giving you information overload. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and learned a little bit more about the skills that we look for in a candidate at EY. So finally, just to finish off, and then we might have time for a couple of questions at the end, just some top tips. So make sure you know why you've applied for EY. Why have you applied for the service line that you have? Make sure you thoroughly research this. You are going to be asked about it at some point, so make sure you have a good answer for it. Your strengths. What are your strengths? Are your strengths ones that were mentioned on those core strengths that we just looked at there? What are your other strengths? How can they apply to your day-to-day role at EY? Commercial awareness. Make sure you know about EY, make sure you know about the industry and what's happening in the industry and the service line you are applying for. Is only going to help you during your application and actually when it comes to do the job. So location, think about the location you're applying for. Like I said, it's hard to change location during the application process or when you do get an offer. So make sure you are set on your location. Practice your online assessments. I'll share the links, I'll share the places where you can do that in the next slide. And I will also share these with Caroline as well, and she can get them sent around to you guys. Like I said, research your business area. You are going to be asked about it. You are going to be asked online test questions about it. So make sure you know about it. So 2 websites to prepare for are online assessments, FEE and CAP assessments. CAP assessments, you can practice situational strengths, numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning, and critical reasoning. The there is split up into 3 modules: career ready, focusing on strengths; assessment ready, which has assessment practice, including the NRT; and showcase, which is practice for our EY job simulation. So I'll get the links to these sites sent out to Caroline and she can share them around you guys. And finally, if you're not too sure what service line to apply for, don't worry about that. You can hop over to our website and you can use our EY Pathfinder quiz to match your strengths to our service line. Again, I'll share the link with that with Caroline afterwards to send to you guys. And also we have our Path Motion live chats. So if you have some questions about your application, join our live chats with our team who will be able to answer your questions, share their experience and provide hints and tips on the application process. Those happen throughout the year, so keep an eye on our website as to when those will be happening. So I'll just leave the slide on for you guys while I go to some questions. Please definitely connect with us on social media. It's the best way to keep updated with us, find out about all our events, our programs, and when things are happening. So yeah, that's it from me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. What I'm going to do now is just pop over to the chat. I know we've got a couple of minutes left, so I will go to those questions. So Kaylee has asked that she's made an application already, but she didn't tick the box to say she was part of Enactus. Would I be able to change this now? So my advice to you, Kaylee, is if you haven't done any of the online tests yet, create a fresh application with a different email address and select you are part of Enactus. However, if you're already past the first online assessment stage or the numerical reasoning test, then there wouldn't be much point as you would just have to do the assessment again. So yeah, if you've not done any of the online tests, definitely make a fresh application with a new email address. No problem, Kaylee. So when does the EY Consulting Autumn 2022 scheme open? So all our applications are open now. All our applications for our Discover EY, our summer internship, placement, and graduate programs. We work on rolling recruitment as well, so they don't actually close. They will close when the roles are full. So my advice to you guys would be get your applications in as soon as possible. So Dana has asked if I can go back to the slide, to the slide about the online, how to practice for the online assessment. So I'll just do that for you guys. So I'll leave that up on there for you guys. Callum, yes, he's asked if you can reference the event during his application. Yes, please definitely do. It would be great if you can do that, and it'd be really great to know if it has been helpful for you when making your application and making your decision about what to apply for at EY. So Mark has asked, are there any sensible pathways into climate change and the sustainability service line? I couldn't find any grad program info for this. So we do have a sustainability program for our graduates. However, pretty sure this isn't going to be opening this year. However, just keep an eye on our website. If it is going to open, it'll open in the next month or so. But it's most likely, unfortunately, we're not going to be running that graduate scheme this year. But everything else is open. So hop on over to our website and have a little look at what we offer. So I will answer one more question and then I'll pass back over to Caroline. So are graduate roles suitable for mature students? Definitely, if you are a graduate with no prior, if you don't have, for example, a professional qualification in accounting or anything like that, then yes, mature students are definitely eligible to apply for the graduate schemes here at EY. You just need to have a bachelor's degree in any degree discipline. It's only a very niche amount of our roles that require a certain degree discipline. However, it will be highlighted that on our website. But yes, mature students are able to apply for our graduate roles. So with that, I'm really sorry if I haven't got through to your questions, but please head on over to our website. The frequently asked questions page is really, really helpful. If you still can't find the answer to your question, then please get in contact with us. And like I said, I will share links with Caroline later today that she can send round to you guys that may be of use. So thanks guys. It's been really great doing the presentation for you today. Fantastic to see so many of you on here. And with that, I'll pass back over to Caroline. Thanks guys.
Thank you so much, Hannah. That's been so insightful, and hopefully we've answered a lot of questions there that we did have. What I would recommend is, I've seen a lot of questions about the fast track, just to let everybody know that you need to register as an Enactus student, even if you are already part of an Enactus team at your university. This is, by registering as an Enactus student, it's the only way that we can recognise you as being part of the programme and then give you that fast track opportunity. If you aren't part of an Enactus team at your university yet, again, please register, because then we can connect you to that team at the university and then also make you eligible for the fast tracks here. So hopefully that's answered a couple of questions. And then, like Hannah said, please do head to the frequently asked questions on the EY website, because there'll be lots of information for you to digest over there. But for now, thank you so much for joining us, and we would absolutely love to see you at some of our other sessions later today. And also we've got a whole new day of sessions tomorrow, so it'd be fantastic to see you there and learn more about other exclusive Enactus opportunities that you can be part of. But for now, thank you so much, Hannah. It's been great to hear from you, and enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.